Hey guys, welcome back to the Comics Flash. It's Isaiah, and it's already 2022. Can you guys believe it? The year has flown past us, and it's already 2022. This year we had some awesome movies, so it's time to count down my top 10 favorite movies of the year. Alright, so before we dive into the video, I want to just talk about some honorable mentions that didn't quite make this list, but were very, very close to. So we got Godzilla vs. Kong. I absolutely love this movie. The CGI in this movie is absolutely stunning. The fight scenes are awesome. Everything's spectacular. I think the explosions are great. I didn't mind the human characters as much as some people disliked them. I think they were okay. I didn't really like them as much as I did of the monsters, and I wanted more time with the monsters. But they were still not that bad, and people kind of were complaining about them a little too much. I think they were okay. Godzilla and Kong were just awesome together. They were fun to watch. Mechagodzilla was super dope. I loved watching it and everything. And yeah, Godzilla vs. Kong is just a fun popcorn movie that I really, really like. Alright, next up we got Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. This movie is an absolute great Marvel origin story. I really enjoyed it. I think it was a solid MCU film, probably one of the best Marvel origins. I think Simu Liu is a great fit for Shang-Chi. He's a great actor, and I really liked him in this movie. Wenwu is one of the best MCU villains we've ever gotten. I think he's in my top 5 favorite MCU villains. I felt really emotional connection to him, and he was really awesome. I think he was the best character in this movie by far, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, the fight scenes were really great too. The choreography is nice, and yeah, I just really enjoyed this movie in general. It's another solid MCU hit. Alright, next up on the list we got Come On, Come On. Simple and spectacular. It's literally the day in the life of a guy. And it's executed so well that I really enjoyed it so much. I love the touch that it's in black and white. I think this movie just really got to me. It was really emotional. I really liked it a lot. And, you know, it shows the struggles of life very simply, and I could really appreciate this movie. It's kind of hard to explain what I really, really liked about this movie, because it literally is just watching, like, I don't know, like, just a camera recording of someone's daily life, but I just really enjoyed this movie. I felt the emotion, I felt everything, and I really liked it a lot, and it was such a fun watch. Next up on the list, we got In the Heights. What a great movie. The music in this movie is best music in any movie we've seen this year. Absolutely loved it, and it was really awesome. I think the actors were amazing. They really got the happiness of this movie. I really liked the feel. It was just an uplifting film. Just a really fun film to watch. I love the dancing, and the choreography in this movie was really great. And it did have some emotional parts in this movie that really got me. And it was just a fun film to watch. I think all the actors played their parts very well. I think we could have gotten a little more time with some of the side characters that maybe would have made this movie go to the top 10. But other than that, I really liked this movie, and it was just an uplifting, fun summer film. Finally, on the honorable mentions, Tick, Tick, Boom. Andrew Garfield's an amazing actor, one of my favorite actors of all time, confirmed this year with Spider-Man No Way Home and Tick, Tick, Boom. Tick, Tick, Boom is an awesome movie. Andrew Garfield gives an Oscar award-winning performance. He played the character very well. The music in this movie is really good too. It was fun listening to. I just really liked the emotion of this movie, the feel, midlife crisis, and everything. I really liked this movie, and Andrew Garfield is just an amazing actor. You can really see it in this movie. He just knows how to play a character, really get into the role. He has passion for being an actor, and he is absolutely one of my favorite actors of all time. Andrew Garfield is amazing. Now that we got all the honorable mentions out of the way, it's time to dive into my top 10 favorite films of 2021. Kicking off the top 10 is Nobody, an amazing action thriller movie starring Bob Odenkirk as this family guy with a past in crime. And it was really cool to see how it played out and how his past came to him. It was really cool to see the build-up and everything, and what his life was like before, and how he's changed, and how he really loves his family, and he grew as a character. I really liked seeing that. He did a really great job in the performance. Christopher Lloyd was absolutely hilarious in the movie. I loved him carrying a shotgun and just going berserk, and that was fun to watch. And we did have a pretty solid villain. He's just an evil Russian crime lord, which was just a lot of fun. I think he was a good villain. And I did really like this movie. It was just a bunch of dumb fun action with a really great story, and I think this movie is amazing. And the character development for Bob Odenkirk's character is probably the best part of this movie. It's just very well done, and I absolutely loved it. It was such a fun movie to watch. Coming in at ninth place is Free Guy. What an absolute joy of a movie. This movie's so uplifting, it makes me feel good every time I watch it. I watched it already 3 times, and this movie is so fun. Ryan Reynolds plays this charming, charismatic character in Guy, who is just this video game character living out his life, not knowing what's real, until he finds Jodie Comer's character, falls in love with her, and, learns more about this video game world, and that he's not actually real, and that the real world, there's something going on, and the video game's going to be shut down, all his friends are going to die and be deleted, and it gets emotional at times, but this movie still is very funny. Jodie Comer and Ryan Reynolds have great chemistry on screen together. They work very well, and I thought whenever they were on screen together, they were absolutely hilarious. I laughed every single time. This movie is very, very good and very comedic. I liked it a lot, and it's emotional when it can be. Buddy is a very great character for a side character. I think he just works so well with Ryan Reynolds. When they were talking in his apartment about the moments are real, it doesn't matter if we're real or not, because these moments will always be real. I thought that was very touching. And Taika Waititi plays this dumb rager who's just trying to get the money, and he is funny in the role. Taika Waititi can make any role funny and very good. So yeah, he's an okay villain, and I liked it a lot. Free Guy is an absolute joy of a movie, so uplifting, very funny, and emotional when it wants to be. I really enjoyed Free Guy. Now, coming in 8th place is Don't Look Up. What a fantastic and hilarious movie this was. It was very deep and emotional, too. It was everything mixed together so well, with star performances from Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence, who played these amazing characters who grow throughout this journey of the meteor is going to crash, what are they going to do? No one's listening to them. I love how their character arcs go and how they grow as these people who aren't being listened to, and they just go off the edge and literally do whatever they want. They don't care anymore. And it was a very heartfelt film with these characters. They gave them great arcs throughout the movie, and I thought it was awesome. We did have some other great cast members too, who were very funny side characters, and they worked very well on screen together, especially the president. She was very funny, yet very rude and a disrespectful character that you didn't want to root for, and you wanted them to take her down. The government was very corrupt in this, and this movie kind of feels like how the government would react if this happened. I feel like the government would be kind of stupid and selfish, and they would go for the money, even if it meant giving up humanity. I don't know. This movie was very deep, and it got me really thinking. The ending was kind of emotional, too, how everyone on the planet died, and it was very heartfelt, and I enjoyed this movie a lot. Coming in 7th place, we have Pig. What an amazing movie. This movie was so simple, but it got me so emotional that I didn't even know why I was emotionally invested into this film. Like, when we find out that Nicolas Cage's pig is dead, I was literally crying. I don't know how this movie did it, but it gave me so many emotions that I never thought I would get from a movie as dumb and simple as this. Nicolas Cage gives an award-winning performance in this movie, and he plays this very great character who has a past in baking and being the most popular chef in town, but now is just a hobo living in the forest, just trying to get back to his pig. And I really enjoyed how desperate he was to get back to his pig, and I'm glad he was like that, because it got me very emotionally invested, and I really wanted him to get back to his pig. I was very sad when he did not. And, this movie is just very well directed. The visuals in the movie are amazing, too. And I just thought it was like a John Wick kind of cool vibe, but with an emotional taste and an emotional sense for the movie. I really enjoyed Pig, and it's simple, yet awesome. Going from deep and emotional to just dumb fun action throughout, it's The Suicide Squad coming in at number 6. This movie is so awesome. It's just dumb fun from beginning to end. James Gunn knows how to make these movies with Guardians of the Galaxy and now this. James Gunn is an absolute amazing director for bringing a band of misfits together and getting you to love them and be emotionally invested in their characters. I loved every single one of this character. Bloodsport, Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, every single one. I absolutely enjoyed all of them. And when they were all on screen together, it was just the best. They were hilarious together. They just went crazy. They shot people. It was just so much fun just seeing them on screen together. And, they have a lot of great chemistry. The whole team, I think they worked very well together. And it was so fun seeing them. And, it was so great when they disobeyed Amanda's orders and went full-blown hero and took down Starro. Damn, this movie's awesome. I loved every single second. Coming in at 5th place is Ghostbusters Afterlife. What an amazing film that incorporates new twists and turns for the franchise while bringing back the original feel and cast of the original Ghostbusters. And it was just so fun to see them on screen together, back again as the Ghostbusters. That was my favorite part of the movie. But we do gotta talk about the new cast. McKenna Grace plays this amazing character, very dramatic, emotional when she needs to be, and her own kind of funny sense of humor. I liked her as our lead. She was very likable, and she is great as an Egon-related character. You can really see that in her acting, and she just does a great job with this character. Paul Rudd's an absolute joy to see in the franchise. I think he deserved to be in the Ghostbusters franchise. I think he's going to be an awesome character if they decide to continue on this route with Ghostbusters. He's going to be just so fun to see again. He was awesome in this movie and hilarious. Probably the funniest character in this movie. I like the whole cast. They were all awesome. This movie got me laughing and crying, and it showed me that Jason Reitman lived up to the legacy of his father. And this movie was just very, very good. I don't think you can make a Ghostbusters tribute as good as this one. And Jason Reitman should be proud of himself to see what he's accomplished for this franchise. I really hope they do continue the Ghostbusters franchise, because I had such a great time with this movie. In 4th place is the best animated movie of the year, by far. It's The Mitchells vs. the Machines. What an amazing movie with a new style of animation, incorporating meme culture and drawings throughout, which doesn't distract you from the actual movie, but makes it better. I really love the style of animation that they went for, just like Spider-Verse, and it could be even better. I love the drawings in the background. It was so fun to see. I think we get a very likable family here that you can emotionally relate with. Every single family has their problems, just like this one. And you can really see that's what they're trying to tell you, that all families fight and all families argue, but in the end they always love each other, and the Mitchells vs. the Machines really shows that. And I just love the families fighting some robots. That was cool too. It was so fun from beginning to end, and the Mitchells are just a great family, and they were so fun to see interacting with each other. The comedy in this movie hits hard. I just love the Mitchells vs. the Machines. Best animated movie of the year. If you haven't seen it, you will want to, because it's so good. Kicking off the top 3 is Dune. What a cinematic masterpiece. Denis Villeneuve knew he wanted to make a Dune movie, and he executed it perfectly. This movie is just so great with the world building and how much scope and scale. It really is the next Star Wars. Denis Villeneuve knew how to make this movie. He wanted to make it for so long, and he executed it very well. We get a very likable cast of characters following Paul on this hero's journey, learning about his life and the Fremen. I really liked it. The visuals in this movie are probably the best thing about this movie. It's so visually stunning. Best to see in IMAX. It was beautiful. I love the camera shots and the cinematography in this movie. Just very well done. I think this movie is just a cinematic masterpiece. It's very, very well done. The only problem I had is it's the first part of a two-parter, and I really needed that second part right after I finished the movie. I was like, wait, that's it? That was like so short. That felt very quick, and it did feel very quick because I was so invested in this world and these characters. So yeah, very, very excited for Dune 2, and I can't wait to see it. But yeah, this movie is very, very good, and I absolutely loved it. Now, in second place, the biggest movie of the year, it's Spider-Man No Way Home. This movie is so great. Great to see in theaters. Andrew, Toby, Tom, all together. I absolutely love them. They interact so well together. Their chemistry is amazing. I want to see hours of them just chatting about science. I would just love some short clips of them chatting, because this movie was just so good. They really have chemistry, and I loved the 3 Spider-Men all together, and they were just so perfect. The villains are great too. Green Goblin is an absolute great lead, but I didn't like that Green Goblin turned out good in the end. Same with all the other villains. Come on, you gotta keep some villains bad. But, that was my only very small issue with it. Other than that, it was an absolute masterpiece. Doctor Strange in this movie he was a great side character. I love seeing him interact with Peter. Their banter was very funny. And, this movie got me so emotional, crying in the theater when Ned and Zendaya forgot. And he goes into the coffee shop and sees them, talks to Zendaya. And, oh my god, that was so emotional. It was so hard to watch. And I very much love the new suit. I think it's absolutely stunning. Most comic accurate Spider-Man suit we've ever seen. And I'm so excited for Doctor Strange 2 and everything the multiverse has in store for us. But coming in at number 1, the greatest film of 2021, in my opinion, is Zack Snyder's Justice League. What a cinematic triumph. I absolutely loved every single second of the 4 hours of this movie. Every single cast member plays their part to perfection. We get the best hero moments we've ever seen in any superhero film. The Flash time travel scene was absolutely stunning. The Black Suit Superman hero moments were amazing. The whole team coming together and building up this squad of heroes was absolutely amazing, and they worked so well together. Zack Snyder is a visionary of a director, one of my favorite directors of all time. You can say whatever you want to say about this movie, but if you just watch this movie and really just look at how this movie is made and how well it progresses, you will eventually like Zack Snyder as much as I do. This movie is just so great. I loved every single second of it. I think Steppenwolf is way better in this movie than he was in the Justice League cut, and everything was better than the Justice League cut. The score and the soundtrack of this movie were absolutely amazing. Oh my god, I listen to it every single day. Flight and Rising and the Flash at the Speed Force theme, everything was just so well made. This movie is an absolute cinematic masterpiece, and it is one of my favorite movies of all time. And that's why it's my number 1 favorite film of 2021. Thank you guys so much for watching. What's your list? What are your favorite films of 2021? If you guys like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.